It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here. Shaq's here. Kenny's here. Welcome to this edition of 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Golden State Warriors going up against the Mavericks in Dallas. And guys, for the Mavericks, they are hungry for a win here. Last season, they got swept by this team. 4 straight losses, something they haven't forgotten. And with all of Curry's talents, one of the great shooters of all time, maybe the greatest. Kenny, where does he stand among all-time great players, period?
Wow, all-time players. Now, that's
all-time great players, period.
Well, he's starting to get in a discussion because of the multiple MVP things and the championships. Because the greatest players in the world, not only have they won awards, but they've won multiple championships. So he's moving into that category right now.
To add on to what Kenny is saying, it's about something you can hear and something you can wear.
What's that?
Rings, baby.
Ooh.
Rings.
You can hear them.
2 rings won't get it. 3, maybe. 4, 5, woo, 6,
Okay.
I just can't add anything to that.
It's Western Conference time for the traveling Golden State Warriors today. Thanks for joining us as we get set to bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter David Aldridge. This homestand ends here for the Mavericks as they get ready to hit the road. Well, they know they have their work cut out for them here tonight and during a stretch of games facing a lot of talented teams.
And, you know, for the Mavericks, they had the kind of hot and cold start that we've kind of come to expect. Nothing that would indicate they're in for any kind of a breakout season.
And, you know, perhaps with a roster move or two later on, Greg, they can start to break out of that pack.
And with pregame routines coming to an end, we're just about ready for our tip-off. First, though, let's get a report from the sideline and say hello to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin Durant is much improved as a defender, and maybe it's some overdue appreciation, at least as he sees it. He said, people are starting to recognize me as more than just a scorer. I've been trying to shake that rap since 2012. I look to impact the game on both ends of the floor. Kevin, back to you.
A two-way player to be sure, D.A. Thanks. And tonight, Clark, 2 veteran clubs facing off. Mentally, we should see very few breakdowns either way.
Yeah, I like the way you put that, Kevin, because you're talking about experience, preparation, and mentality. And those are on display with these teams. They don't beat themselves. That's what you're basically saying. These are teams that you have to beat, so it should be fun to watch this matchup.
The good ones always pride themselves in being prepared in all ways, don't they, for every game, as many as there are.
No question. And the other thing is when you're a veteran team, you're an experienced team that has some talent, it pains you when you give games away.
And it's the Mavericks to start out. Now, Golden State's starting 5. Thompson and Durant, the deadly shooting wing pair. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Bell, and it's Curry in at the 1 spot. Barnes finds Smith, and the dunk by Smith.
Hey, this guy is the full package, the total package. Dennis Smith, a point guard with bounce. He'll punch it on you. I love seeing him do that, too.
Now here's Curry, 3-pointer, and the rebound goes to Nowitzki. Curry against Smith. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Smith's got his second bucket tonight.
Boy, I love the drive of Smith there. I mean, he takes contact really well and then still finds a way to finish when he's sprinting full speed to the cup.
Durant, no good. Now the Mavericks with it. 4-point game. Barnes outside. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Barnes has got his first basket of the night. Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Now Durant. Playing Houston, he was nearly unstoppable. And that one's good. Cousins.
Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
The Mavericks have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Smith against Curry. Smith drives in, and it's slammed in by Smith.
Can't let Smith have these opportunities. You deserve to get punched on when you give him a lane like that. You know better than that.
Now here's Cousins. Looking at the numbers, he's averaging about 20.5 points a game. And the 3 ball is good. Durant's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Smith against Bell. Down low, Nowitzki. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
5 buckets without a miss. That's a fantastic start.
Golden State's gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Back to Thompson. On its way from Curry for 2. Unable to get that one. And it's Dallas the other way. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
And how about the points they put up? I mean, they were aggressive. In fact, at times overwhelming.
Hey, I agree with you there. I mean, they were in a really nice flow, Greg. Seemed like they couldn't miss.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Thompson with the bucket.
Yeah, Curry is so impressive. His peripheral vision is what makes him unique, in addition to his ball handling skills. He does a nice job setting up his teammates and knows how to get them the ball when they're open.
Yeah, good interior D there prevents the deuce.
And, you know, that's not easy at all. When guys get this close to the bucket, it's tough to stop the basket.
And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him. That's going to send Kevin Durant to the line. Harrison Barnes picks one up. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Mavericks.
With the aggression they're showing early on, I mean, they're driving it to the hoop with authority and force.
And also, it's been a positive to watch that they've attacked the paint offensively as well. It's really been about the balance that they've shown.
That's good from Durant. And KD opting out of his deal, Greg, over the summer to re-sign with the Warriors.
And he did so to get a larger deal than he could have otherwise. Durant had already sacrificed money for the team before. Not a surprise to see him get closer to his value. It seems the super team will be intact for years to come.
Here's Curry, following the score by Dennis Smith. Durant, no good. Here's Barnes, and the dunk by Barnes.
And how about the vision there from Doncic? Can make the easy pass and also the difficult.
Smith against Curry. Inside. No good from Cousins.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him. And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Mavericks leading by 6. Barnes outside. Curry against Smith. Nowitzki outside. 5 to shoot. The pass to Barnes. Durant with the steal. At the elbow, it's Cousins. The basket good off the assist from Durant. Cousins has got his second basket of the night.
You know, I really enjoy watching Cousins go to work deep inside. I mean, it feels like, to me, nobody can guard him down there.
Smith kicks to Nowitzki. Here's Barnes. Tries again, and he lays it up and in. Barnes has got 8 points.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Back to Curry. 6 to shoot. Sweet little floater. Curry's got his first 2 points.
Whoa, he really got his defender on his heels on that one. What a fantastic play, guys.
Here's Mejri. Barnes trying to free himself up. Gets to the rim for two with the D all over him. Warriors trail by 6. Curry kicks to Thompson. Fades. Mejri with the rebound.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Smith feeling it out a bit. Barnes against Bell. Barnes can't get it to go. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Coming into this having notched a win against the Rockets in their last game.
And when you shoot a high percentage from distance, that gives you momentum and really keeps the opponent on the ropes.
Yep, exactly. And it also stretches that defense out a little bit, expands the floor for you, and makes things really hard for the defenders when you space and stretch them like that.
Here's Durant, and the jam by Kevin Durant.
That's just an incredible find coming from the big man. No debating Cousins' smarts on the court. He picks out a pass there that not many guys would have seen.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. You're always looking for guys with confidence, but then some guys maybe go a little bit too far with that element, and the efficiency level will drop below their talent level. There are guys that can be swayed by that.
Yeah, you're right. And it's a mixed bag with those kind of guys because the talent is always on display, and it's hard not to appreciate it, but the inconsistency is frustrating. Perhaps the guy who maybe best epitomizes that is Lance Stevenson, because when he's good, he can give you a lot of stuff at both ends. When he's sideways, he can hurt you a little bit too.
Here is Matthews. The Warriors making the shot. Shoots over Livingston, and Matthews gets it to go. And the Mavericks lead by 4.
And Matthews unafraid to let it fly from the mid-range now. A consistent score from this area of the floor.
Here's Cousins. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And the Warriors making a change here. Cook's checked in. And that one falls for Cousins. Greg, you look at the lineup for the reigning champs. When healthy, this team starts 5 all-star players at every position.
And even with Boogie coming back from a devastating injury, this team is scary. People immediately called it the best team ever assembled. Credit the front office, but the Warriors players still have to prove they are the best ever on the floor this season. And you look at J.J. Barea and how he's played over the years, has always been a spark plug for a team off the bench. It just plays with energy and creativity no matter the situation.
One shot, gentlemen.
And with Barea and what he brings to the table, Greg, he also takes care of the ball.
A lot of guards who are bench threats can get a little sloppy or careless with the ball. And Barea has been upping his assists and cutting his turnovers the last few seasons, still finding ways to be effective even after a decade in the league.
Now here's Iguodala. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. And the Warriors miss again. Now here's Barea. Tight defense on him. Here's Doncic. And that one goes long.
I thought he had the space to shoot comfortably there, and disappointed that he missed it.
Here's Cook. The basket good off the assist from Durant.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now, here's Matthews. He had 15 points last outing. He's off on that one. Durant with some nice D. Pulls it from the elbow. And it's off the back rim, no good.
If you're a pro, you got to drain that shot. I mean, doesn't matter who you are, the defense left him wide open. Pros make those.
Here's Doncic. The shot will not fall, and Golden State will come the other way. Takes the 13-footer. It's rebounded by Doncic. The Mavericks leading. Tipped away to the inside. Barea lays it up and in off the pretty assist. Barea's got his second bucket of the night.
Hard not to commend the confidence of Barea. For a point guard, he's an excellent scorer, particularly inside.
Cook kicks to Cousins. Iguodala the pass to Cousins. Shoots over Powell. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Cousins. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. Take a look at the Warriors. They like where they stand right now, perched in that topmost position. And, of course, the Mavericks, 9 games back.
You know, right now, Dallas, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far, they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
Hey, they're amongst a big group fighting for the bottom few playoff seeds, and that's going to continue all the way through the end of the season. I think they'll get in, but it won't be easy.
Now, here's Livingston after Luka Doncic's miss. Here is Cook, guarded by Barea. For 3, Durant. It's rebounded by Dallas.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
And there's the foul. It's on Quinn Cook. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
Jerebko's checked in for Kevin Durant. On defense, the Warriors trailing by 4. Matthews goes in. Up again. The shot comes out, and it's the Warriors taking it the other way. And this matchup with the Mavericks, it's the first meeting of the season.
Yeah, and they came out with a W every time they played this squad last year. A stark contrast drawn between the conference's haves and have-nots.
Guys, they deserve a lot of credit for not losing focus and letting one slip away. They came to play every time, and I expect that'll be the case tonight.
Free throw good, Livingston. And Sean Livingston, one of the most unique players in the league, Greg.
6'7" point guard who excels hitting turnaround jumpers in the post. A bouncy finisher around the rim, a versatile defender, and really a cagey playmaker. No one else like him in our league.
That one misses. Mavericks leading by 3. 1:10 left here in the first quarter. Doncic kicks to Kleber. Now here's Doncic. He's covered by Iguodala. And Doncic gets it to go.
And already in his career, Doncic displays a remarkable amount of pro moves, including that floater right there.
Now here's Livingston. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
The rebound by Cook.
He's not shooting a high percentage right now, and part of the reason could be that his shot quality is poor, and he's just got to be a little smarter about his shots.
Now here's Barea. He has 5. Pass to Matthews. Back to Barea. Launches a 3. Andre Iguodala comes up with the rebound. Iguodala's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Cousins.
And Powell is a really reliable defender. I mean, he's excellent using his length and his quickness to throw shooters off.
And we'll be right back after this. The Warriors, an elite team, obviously. Steph Curry talked about the challenge of being the hunted.
We're a marked team now, so every game we play is going to be, the game. And I like that challenge because it's going to bring the best out of us. If we're not 100% locked in and focused every night, we'll get exposed. But on the other hand, when we are locked in and ready to play every single night, we'll get every team's best shot, and hopefully we'll still come out on top, and that'll be a good feeling. So I'm cool with it.
Yep, they welcome the challenge.
And that's where you want to be. They wouldn't have it any other way.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Mavericks?
Aggressive rebounding in that first quarter, that's what's given them the advantage.
Boy, the ferocity on the glass, really impressive, and they're not backing up at all, not giving an inch on the boards.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors, Jonas Jerebko out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And there's Livingston, and there's Iguodala. And it's Cook in at the point guard. And so it's Barea with it. He'll bring it up for Dallas, leading by 5. And following this game, they'll challenge the Grizzlies on the road at the FedEx Forum in Memphis. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. Now, here's Doncic. He's coming off a 22-point game against Utah. Clock at 4. Matthews. It's rebounded by Golden State. Iguodala dishes to Livingston. Golden State moving the ball around. Cousins, the pass to Jerebko. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Clark, we know you were a great athlete. Would you have enjoyed playing at the pace we're seeing in today's NBA style?
I hope I could have played in today's game. Again, I was not an uber athletic guy, athletic enough to get things done on the court, was a skilled basketball player more than a great athlete. So the athleticism of today might have challenged me a bit, but I still think I could have played and been effective in today's game.
I agree. And he makes the first. And Clark, the Dallas Mavericks, it used to be that you could count on them being in the playoffs almost every single season.
Yeah, that was the case right before these last 2 years. I mean, they made the postseason 15 out of 16 times prior to that. Proud ownership, consistent ownership, outstanding coaching, and it won't be long before they're really good again.
Jerebko hits them both.
Well, he's come through for them at the line today, and you love having a big fella who's so capable on his free throw.
Barea kicks to Powell. Took him no time at all on that one. And the Mavericks lead by 5.
Powell playing with a lot of confidence because he knows he has the trust of his teammates. They've got confidence in him to take these shots.
Livingston finds Cousins, and there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's foul number 2 for him. Dallas making a switch here. Smith has checked in. Thompson, he's checked in for the Warriors. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Jerebko, the pass to Iguodala. 6 on the shot clock. Doesn't go for him. Now Dallas takes it the other way. To the inside. Rebounded by Jerebko.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough.
Livingston with it. Powell's there. Offensive rebound. Second chance shot, and the layup good by Cousins. Cousins has got 9 points.
And, DeMarcus Cousins is used to playing through contact. I mean, he's excellent at overwhelming the defense with his strength.
Powell with it. He's picked up by Cousins. Powell kicks to Smith. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 6 rebounds now in the game. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Draymond Green is a former Defensive Player of the Year, and he remembers his motivation. They said I fell in the draft because what position would I guard? I'll never forget that. I'm comfortable guarding any position. When I'm playing against big guys, I battle even harder. You have to prove a point. I won't be a pushover. Kevin?
Yeah, he never backs down. Thanks, David. Here's Cousins. Harrison Barnes picking up that last basket. Livingston looking for the opening. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And with the moment, let's check out some stats for Thompson. He's been on a remarkable tear this past month. 5th in steals, 5th for free throw shooting. And he's a flamethrower from distance. Top 10 in the league in three-point shooting.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. Now, here is Smith. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Utah.
And what opened things up for him was his passing. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off him.
Here's Cousins. It's a 3-point game. Takes the 13-footer. Mavericks with the rebound. Kleba's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Iguodala against Barnes. Smith kicks to Barea. Barnes outside. The Mavericks rebound. Here's Powell. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Here's a look at the schedule now for Dallas. On Monday, they'll be matching up against Mike Conley and the Memphis Grizzlies. Then on Wednesday, they'll tip off a homestand starting with the Brooklyn Nets.
And for that matchup against the Rockets, it's going to be a battle for this group. You get the feeling they'll need to be at their sharpest if they want to come away with a victory.
First free throw is good. Dwight Powell, a nice player who has carved out a good role for himself on this team. You can start him if you need to, Clark, or he'll give you a spark off the bench.
I think his greatest value is, though, bringing that spark off the bench. I mean, some guys are just as productive in limited minutes as they would be in starting minutes, so he's one of those kinds of guys. He's excellent at finishing around the rim and creating havoc with his activity at both ends of the floor.
And early in the season, many coaches, Clark, still experimenting with rotations. Who plays when and where, and how long has it been in your experience to have that established on a team?
Well, it varies from team to team. There are a number of factors. One, the coach, has he been there a while? Does he have an established style of play and system? 2, what's your roster like? How healthy are you? What's the mix and makeup of your team? So it could vary, but typically you'd like to have it not prolong itself into the regular season. You hope that a few weeks of training camp, and then by the time you get a month of the season under your belt, that you're pretty anchored into who you are and how you're going to try to play.
Good outline. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Warriors trail by 5. Curry finds Cousins. Bell with it. Thompson for the triple. Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. That's a 2 from Barnes. Mavericks with the new shot clock. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. And for Harrison Barnes, the scoring forward out of UNC, said he wants to model his game, Clark, after Paul Pierce.
Hey, that's not a bad guy to look to model your game after, boy. Paul Pierce knew how to get it done, and he wasn't overly athletic, but he knew how to play angles. He could get to his spots, and he was such a great mid-range shooter who developed into a consistent three-point threat as well. So I like that comparison or that aspiration for Harrison Barnes.
That's good from Barnes.
And, you know, Harrison Barnes is an effective two-way player, becoming better every day on offense and can defend multiple positions as well.
Kevin Durant's checked in for the Warriors. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
You You know, you look at Harrison Barnes, and the question when he went to the Mavericks was, can he carry the offense? Many thought he might just be a product of the Warriors system, which he left. Well, he answered all the questions, and it's clear that he can be the focal point of an offense.
And it's Smith missing. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Golden State. It's a three-point game. Pass to Durant. Curry against Smith. Lock at 6. Curry passes to Durant. Fades back. The Mavericks pull it in. And for Barnes, he heard the doubters when he left in free agency.
Yeah, you know, Kevin, a lot of people wondered if he could be a primary scoring option after being a complementary piece at Golden State, and he proved that he can be. Whenever he's been doubted, he's always risen to the challenge throughout his career, even going back to college. He can score the ball in a lot of different ways, and I don't think there's any question about him being an elite scorer the rest of his career.
Barea against Thompson. Kicks it to Jerebko. And then Jerebko with the dunk.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder on it.
And so here is Dallas following the score by Golden State. Here's Barnes. Misses off the right iron.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take. Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Now here's Barnes. 11 points in the game. Pass to Nowitzki to stop the drought, and there's the nice layup by Barnes. Barnes has got 5 points now this quarter.
You know, Barnes is a versatile scoring forward. We've seen him heat up quickly, and he's capable of doing that.
Curry kicks to Durant. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
As well he should, Greg. I mean, he always is looking to score the ball, even more so when he's hot. I like the mindset.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Exactly. Can't play it any better than that, Greg.
And it's Smith penetrating. Count it. Smith's got it all tied up now for the Mavs.
Yeah, you can't give Smith a clear lane to the hole, Kevin. I mean, when he sees it, he gets right into the defense and takes advantage of his speed.
Thompson for the triple. Good, and Curry gets the assist. 8 points for Klay Thompson.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Dallas calls timeout.
Well, Steph Curry, widely regarded as the best shooter in the history of the game. He's been so successful playing point guard in the NBA at times, I think we forget that he transitioned from playing shooting guard in his younger days.
Doncic is checked in for the Mavericks. Matthews comes in for J.J. Barea. And the Warriors also making a change. Cook is checked in for Jerebko. Now, here's Doncic. Very solid contribution from him as he averages over 20 points a game. You know, Greg, a lot of players can't make that switch from shooting guard to point guard. You've got to give Steph a lot of credit.
He's worked tirelessly. I mean, we've all seen those pregame ball handling drills. He's still prone to a careless turnover or two, but on the plus side, he rebounds like a shooting guard. And today's point guards are expected to score much more than in days past.
Thompson misses.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
And, Greg, we've seen it time and time again in games. Effort and determination on the glass can make up for a lot of other weaknesses.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. He kicks it to Curry. Another 3 for Golden State.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Smith against Curry. It's stolen by Curry. Now here's Durant. Defense right on him. To the paint. And there's Stephen Curry on the assist by Durant. Now it's a 6-point Warrior lead. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
The kick out to Matthews. Shot clock at 5. Goes up on the wing. That's short off the rim.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Here is Cook. Outside Durant. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Luka Doncic.
And Kevin Durant, the ultimate get-out-of-jail card for your offense. With his height and shooting touch, get him the ball with the clock running down, and he can make something out of nothing.
That's good from Durant. You know, Greg, Kevin Durant could fit in any offense, but in your eyes, how good of a fit has he been in this Warriors attack?
Really like the missing puzzle piece. You know, I mean, his shot comes so much easier with the spacing he's afforded. At the same time, he's the fail-safe. When things break down, he can get his shot off against anyone.
And so Durant nails them both.
And a great job from the line this quarter. They've gotten their percentage way up there.
Matthews dishes to Nowitzki. We've got 1:08 left in the first half. The kick out to Matthews. Now the pass to Doncic. Back to Matthews. Looking to end the run. The Warriors pull it in. Iguodala outside. Pass to Bell. Golden State moving it around. Iguodala deciding where to go with it. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good.
He hit 1 3 in the first, but the well has been totally dry for him in the second.
Doncic makes it off the glass. Doncic has got 6.
And showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
Smith against Curry. From deep. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in.
I like seeing Smith use his good speed and quick hands to bother shooters, and it's always good to see young players getting after it on the defensive end.
And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Well, they trailed by a bunch, but once they got going, the comeback was on. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Alongside Steve Kerr and Coach, what is the offensive approach going to be in the second half?
Well, we just have to do what we do, move the ball and wear them down with our ball movement, our cutting, and our spacing, and set better screens, all the usual stuff.
Yeah, it always seems to work out for you in the long run. Thanks, Steve. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow, right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. A tremendous start for Kevin Durant. He had 14 points, 5 assists, and 1 steal. Taking a look at the Warriors, Kenny, what'd you think?
Well, KD owned the first half, but we suspected that might happen. He's had everything he's needed to be great for a long time. But that first championship, it just gave him more confidence to the best player possibly on the planet.
And looking at Dallas, Shaq, your thoughts?
They did some good things, but not enough. They need to start being more assertive. Go harder to the rim. Generate some free throw opportunities at the very least. Do something.
And that's a wrap for our halftime show. The third quarter just about to get started.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Yeah, and sometimes you find yourself in a role you're not comfortable with, but his passing in the first half really was impressive.
Yeah, and he accumulated a lot of assists. And I liked how unselfish he was, Greg.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Warriors leading by 6. On the wings, it's Doncic and Barnes. Nowitzki is out there with Measuring, and it's Smith in at the 1. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And guys, Cousins blindsided fans and players alike by going to Golden State this past offseason. Cousins knew he'd have to take a prove-it-type deal when he entered free agency after that Achilles tear. The deal with the Warriors was put together and finalized fast, and kudos to the Warriors front office for striking when the iron was hot.
Mavericks trail by 9. Barnes outside. Smith against Curry. Smith kicks to Barnes. Just 4 to shoot. And the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Barnes has got 15.
Barnes, the experienced player that he is, good at not letting the defense bother his shot.
Nowitzki with the steal. And it's the Mavericks on the break. Here's Doncic. And it's Durant with the rebound.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
I agree with you. Not a good shot, not good offense. They can get a much better look than that, but they're going to need to be patient to do so.
Now, here's Doncic after the miss from Klay Thompson. Doncic with it, working on Thompson. To the middle, it's stolen by Bell. Here's Curry. 10 points for him. Over Smith. Curry's shot is good. He's got 12.
I mean, what can we say about Steph's jumper that hadn't already been said?
Inside, here's Barnes, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
Yeah, he just punched the ticket on that one. That'll get the job done.
Powerful two-hand jam.
I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will really start shrinking.
Now here's Durant. 14 points for him. Here's Cousins. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 6 assists now in the game.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
Smith finds Mesri. On the wing, Barnes. Defended by Durant. Kicks it out to Nowitzki for 3. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Now let's take a moment to see the teams that lead the league in field goal percentage. Number 5, the Warriors.
So patient on the offensive end. I mean, they're not going to force shots, and it's that selectiveness that's yielded such an impressive field goal percentage.
Curry passes to Bell. Measuring with the steal. Smith dishes to Barnes. Measuring kicks to Doncic. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And looking at Luka Doncic, incredibly mature for his age. Physically, the broad shoulders, weighing in about 230. Mentally, though, advanced understanding of how to play the game.
And he makes the first. You know, Greg, it's amazing that Doncic, at his age, could already have such a complete offensive game.
I mean, a terrific skill set. In Europe, Doncic spent plenty of time as a primary ball handler. Obviously can score in a number of ways, just a versatile threat.
Dallas making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Good on both.
Yeah, the versatility and competitive fire of Doncic is impressive. You can just tell this kid loves to play the game.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Dallas calls timeout.
And, you know, we've seen what Rick Carlisle can do on the court. He's a former coach of the year in the league and led the Mavs to a championship back in 2011. But his off-the-court talents are also very impressive.
And just who is providing all the playmaking here tonight? Let's look at the breakdown between the front and backcourt for Dallas.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 8 points on the bucket from Barnes. And talking about Carlisle's outside interests, one I know of, he's an excellent pianist.
And you know what? He is, and he's played with a well-known musician or two in concert. Also an avid pilot. This guy is a renaissance man.
Now Smith, after the missed three from Stephen Curry. And the rejection by Curry. Doncic with it, working on Thompson. Doncic, no good.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Now here's Thompson. He's got 8. That one good for 2.
Shots continuing to push the action and build this lead.
Yeah, you know, continue to pour it on them. That's what they want to do right now, doing their best to put this game out of reach and in the win column.
Yeah, Klay Thompson, such a perfect fit on the Warriors. A versatile defender, can score playing off the ball, and just plays the game the right way.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Dallas. Barea comes in for Smith. And the Warriors also making a change. Livingston's checked in. That free throw good from Thompson. And is there any doubt Klay Thompson could go to another team and average 30 points a game as the main offensive weapon?
Yeah, but, you know, he's not an attention seeker, and that's just not his personality. He knows it's more fun to play for a winner.
Warriors leading by 11. Pass to Livingston. Kicks it to Bell. Back to Livingston. Got a piece of it. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Pushing it up. And the dunk by Powell.
And, you know, this is what Powell does best. Establishes himself deep inside and jams it home.
Thompson looking for an opening. Count it from 12. Thompson's got the lead up to 11 now for the Warriors.
He has really shot the ball extremely well, as you'd expect. Like we say, he's been making sweet string music all day long.
Now here's Barea. 5 points in the game. The drive by Barnes. To the wing on the left. Passes it to Barea. Over in the corner, Barnes. No good from outside. And it's Thompson with the ball. He'll bring it up for Golden State. Here's Cousins. Mavericks with the rebound. Kleba's got his 5th rebound in this one. Now here's Barea. He's covered by Livingston. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Barea.
And Barea, with that low center of gravity of his, keeps the ball close to the ground, and good luck trying to stop that guy.
Now here's Livingston. Back to Durant. Shoots over Powell, and Durant gets it to go. The assist by Livingston. 16 points for Kevin Durant.
Man, he gets it done in bunches, does Durant. He's a superb scorer. You've just got to marvel at his greatness.
Dallas calls timeout. We've seen Kevin Durant really having a great game.
I don't think the defense has an answer for him, Kevin. I mean, he's simply going off right now, knocking down everything.
Matthews, he's checked in for Dallas. And the Warriors also making a change. Jerebko's checked in. Here's Durant. Good for basket number 7 tonight on a not-so-unlucky 13 shots. And a breakdown here, guys, the hustle stats for the Warriors.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
And of course, we know about DeMarcus Cousins last season and the torn Achilles. I'm just glad to see him back out on the floor and fully recovered. He's put in a lot of work in terms of rehab to make sure that he could get back to doing what he does best.
One shot.
The free throw drops for Cousins. And with Cousins and that injury, never an easy one to come back from.
Yeah, it's true. But fortunately, Cousins has the kind of skill set that he's going to be effective no matter when he's on the floor. And great outside shot, the footwork, very smooth in terms of ball handling for that position. And most of the players who aren't the same after an Achilles tear don't have the same skill set that Cousins possesses. That's why I think he'll be fine once he recovers from this injury.
Here's Livingston. The Mavericks making the shot. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Here's Cousins. 18 points for him. And Durant, here we go.
Well, I love the speed that Durant has. I mean, fantastic at slashing into the paint and scoring right at the rim. That length of stride of his and his speed, lethal combination.
Barnes up top, defended by Durant, puts it up from 17, and another basket for Dallas.
Yeah, those shots are taken totally in rhythm, high percentage quality shots, and really getting whatever he wants.
Livingston with it. At the elbow, it's Cousins. Back to Livingston. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The teardrop falls in. And the Warriors lead by 16.
Nice looking floater there, Kevin. Such a fast shot, a quick release. Really hard to guard that.
Barea, the pass to Kleba. And here's Barnes for 3. And it's Durant with the rebound. Durant's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. The shot off that time. Good D by Barnes. Back to Barea. From deep three-point range, the Warriors pull it in. Cousins has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. And then Durant with the dunk.
Yeah, I mean, the long arms of Durant help him break down defenders. He can just keep it out of reach.
Here is Matthews. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. The dish to Barea. Back to Matthews. 6 to shoot. The 19-foot shot. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Boy, I like how fast Matthews gets his shot off. Outstanding form.
And the Warriors decide to take their first timeout here. And the Dallas Mavericks, despite having the third worst record in the league, they had the league's highest attendance rate.
Really rabid fan base there, and they also donated quite a few tickets as well to schools, charities, you name it. So that helps when you talk about filling the arena. And quite honestly, it's a good move because kids are the fans of the future.
Measury, he's checked in for Maxi Kleba. Then for the Warriors, Andre Iguodala is checked in for Jerebko. And Cook subbed in for Klay Thompson. Hits it from three-point range. Iguodala's got his second bucket of the night.
Can't give up these looks. I mean, the defense has to be more aggressive guarding the perimeter.
Bounce pass Barea. Durant against Matthews. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Wes Matthews, a player who has done a great job, Clark, of recovering from a ruptured Achilles.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Kevin. That's not an easy injury to come back from. He had his injury in 2015 and has been one of the best examples of full recovery from what can be a devastating career-threatening injury. Reached out to DeMarcus Cousins when Cousins ruptured his Achilles to give him a voice of somebody who had already traveled that road.
Free throw, good. Matthews.
Yeah, you know, Wesley Matthews has made himself an efficient scorer who also has gained a reputation as a good defender.
Smith checked in for Dallas. Both free throws good from Matthews.
And, you know, Wes Matthews still a very talented player in this league. I mean, excellent presence on both ends of the floor, and he certainly has always been a solid defender on the wing.
Now here's Durant. He's got 22. 2 points. That one goes. Durant's got 10 points in just the second half.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Now here is Smith. 10 points for him. Barnes kicks to Matthews. Dallas needs to get off a shot. The deep three from Smith. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And now we go to the 2K leaderboard. What a season it's been for these teams on the offensive glass. Second, the Mavericks.
One of the better rebounding teams in the league, especially on the offensive end. They never take that for granted in terms of whether the shot's going in.
Cook dishes to Cousins. Back to Cook. Beyond the arc. The putback.
Evan, there's no stopping him right now. I mean, he's locked in this quarter. This defense has to get the ball out of his hand.
And here's Smith. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range. Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
Now, here is Smith. He kicks it to Powell. He feeds it to Barnes. Over Iguodala. And that one goes long. Golden State's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Durant and the Warriors tack on 2 more.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Yeah, they're in a nice zone right now, and that basket looks, you know, it can handle 2 balls at once. It looks like now it could probably, for them, handle 3 or 4 balls at once as well as they're shooting it.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through.
And that's an alley-oop that'll be loop to loop all day long on the highlight reel. He's been on the roll this quarter, really leading the way for his team right now.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Smith. Kevin Durant with the rebound. For three. It's rebounded by Dallas. Powell for three. Connects from three-point range. Powell's got 5 points in the quarter.
You know, Powell continues to want to expand his range to get better shooting from deep. When he's connecting from outside, I think it helps his team in a big way.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for the Golden State Warriors. Between his points and his rebounds, he was a star for him in that quarter. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for Dallas. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Iguodala and Durant hold down the forward spots. Steph Curry's out there with Livingston, and it's Cousins in at the center position. Now here's Durant. Following the missed shot by Dennis Smith. Hits the three-point bomb.
And you can see the play calling this half. Another one from distance.
Well, they're dialed in, locked and loaded from outside the arc. It's all about the triple so far.
And you're just not going to see him do that very often. Usually when he rises up, there's a guarantee it's going down.
Durant, no good. The Mavericks shooting about 42% so far. Now Doncic inside. Smith outside. And Durant sends it back.
And Durant isn't just a powerhouse on offense. He also has a great sense of timing for when to block shots.
Good ball movement, wonderful pass. Couldn't have drawn it up any better.
And you look at Andre Iguodala, the first ever player to win a Finals MVP without starting a single game in the regular season.
That tells you something about his unselfishness and, at the same time, his under-the-radar impact on winning. His willingness to accept that six-man role right from the beginning, I really feel helped set the tone in that Warriors locker room.
This NBA, Clark, amazing. The potential now for some players to play into their 40s. In fact, we're seeing a couple guys in their 40s playing right now and playing well.
Yeah, you know, I thought about it when we started to see this influx, Kevin, of high school players coming into the league at 19, 20, 21 with the advancement in nutrition knowledge and training methods and preservation of the body and taking care of it, that we might see more longer careers. But if you start at 21 and play 15 years, that's still only 36. So I think we're going to see some more guys in the 40s, but I still think it's going to be a small number by and large.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
And the Warriors making a change here. Evans is checked in. And the Warriors with possession here. A great fourth quarter, just giving up 2 points.
And Curry certainly is clever and crafty. Trickery is part of his arsenal when he gets inside. I mean, I like seeing him do his thing close to the basket.
Here's Nowitzki following the basket by Stephen Curry. It's stolen by Jones. Over Brunson. No good off the back of the rim. For Dallas, they've gone 1 of 4 since the end of the third quarter. Brokoff, another 3 for Dallas.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Curry passes to Looney. Curry looking around. Again, Curry missing.
But still, eventually you got to feel like he'll start knocking those down again.
Here's Brunson, guarded by Curry. Brunson, good. Brunson's got 4 points in the quarter.
And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
Yeah, he doesn't back down from anybody, Greg. Effective at getting the room he wants and then gets his shot off in time.
Now here's Iguodala. Tipped away. There's the pass to Nowitzki. And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Back to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Lets a floater go. Bucket is good.
Yeah, that's just straightforward basketball from Harris. Driving to the hoop with purpose and not letting anyone, or anything for that matter, slow him down.
Now here's Evans. The baseline J. And the jumper is on the mark. 16 points for Steph Curry.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
I tell you what, any team will take that. I mean, if you're shooting over 50%, it means you're getting the kind of looks you want on offense, and you're being smart about it, and you're knocking down the good shots that you get.
And so it's Golden State with it, following the score by Dallas. Iguodala outside. Right side Curry. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, and stronger than that wiry frame would indicate. Curry does a great job of shaking off the hit here and a potential and one.
And you think about how the Warriors attracted Kevin Durant to the team and all these all-stars coexisting. It doesn't always work like that, does it?
No, and I give a lot of credit to Steph Curry, a two-time league MVP, but he never lets his ego get the best of him. His good-natured calm and sense of serenity kind of set the tone and maybe balance a bit of what Draymond brings to the locker room.
Free throw good, Curry.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
No misses yet. You can't do much better than that, guys.
Barea against Curry. Now here's Barea, guarded closely. Yep, it counts.
It's hard to know what Barea is going to do in the pick and roll. I mean, he keeps the defense off balance, and not only is he an excellent passer, but he's a very good shooter out of the pick and roll, too.
Now here's Thompson. Cousins finds Thompson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Mark, you've always been a student of the game. You've seen a number of guys do a great job of changing styles as they've gotten older in the game.
Yeah, that's always fun to watch. I think about Magic Johnson. I think about Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan.
Right.
You watch these guys, and there are a number of other guys, too. I mean, those come to mind pretty prominently. But again, it's about a concession to who you are for real, not who you used to be. And I love seeing guys play more on the ground when they were high flyers earlier, or add a jump shot when they were drivers. Those are neat evolutions to see.
And the second free throw, good.
Man, Thompson is phenomenal as a two-way player. A knockdown shooter from everywhere, challenged or unchallenged, and he defends at an elite level, too.
Now here's Barea. Barnes looking around. The kick out to Matthews. Stolen by Thompson. Here we go, one-on-one with the shot. but he recovers it. Plenty of room around him, and it's good.
Defensive rebounding, just such a crucial part of the game.
Yeah, it's finishing your defense, Greg. We know that. You can defend, then you got to rebound the miss, and you got to get to the glass with intensity.
Now, here's Barea. Pass to Nowitzki. Shoots over Curry. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
And Nowitzki is money from the mid-range now. Like how high he keeps the ball. Really does a nice job of extending and keeping that ball away from the defense.
Curry against Barea. Curry kicks to Iguodala. In the recent CBA, there have been a lot of provisions put in there for retired players. Health insurance, increase in pensions, Clark, reimbursement for tuition. What do you think of these changes?
Love them, Kevin. Absolutely love them. And again, credit to the league and to the Players Association for thinking outside the box, reaching back to benefit some of the former players that are actually in need of these benefits and deserving of them. Come on now. Those guys paved the way in many ways for what we see of the league now. And most players appreciate and recognize that. And for it to be tangibly recognized and rewarded is great to see. I love them.
Dallas making a switch here. Kleba's checked in. And the Warriors also making a change. Jerebko's checked in for Andre Iguodala.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And that efficiency, Greg, as you know, so critical when you're looking to overcome a deficit. You got to be close to perfect and can't waste scoring opportunities.
Now, here is Bell. Thompson up top. The Mavericks pull it in. Measury's got his 6th rebound on the night. To the paint. Here's Barnes. And he uses the glass on the layup. Barnes has got 13 points here in the second half alone.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And even under pressure in close, I think they've still done a good job maintaining concentration and converting the opportunities.
Now, here's Jerebko. Left side Curry. Clock at 6. Shoots over Barea. Curry can't get it to go. And so it's Matthews with it, bringing it up now for the Dallas Mavericks. Curry against Barea. Pass to Kleba. And the foul on Jordan Bell. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. We know Clark fans want to see star players. That's been a hot topic around the league. The league has added rules, in fact, that now prohibit resting guys on certain nights.
Yeah, I think that's important, that players have a real understanding of their responsibility. I understand trying to balance the rest versus the wear and tear of a course of. That's another reason I propose a shorter season. I don't think you'd end up with this kind of controversy or debate. But I thought the league was right in requiring, your responsibility is to play all the games you're available to play in, unless you're injured. And I think it's important that guys take that responsibility seriously. And it's a responsibility they have to themselves, to the team, the organization, and the fans.
Now, here is Bell after the miss from Stephen Curry. Bell dishes to Durant. Count that bucket. Durant's got 36.
And there's little the D can do to stop Durant. Phenomenal at using his length to get his shot over those outstretched arms.
Now, here is Smith. Six feet out. Rebound by DeMarcus Cousins. Cousins has got 9 rebounds now tonight.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And, even when the defense is on him and Cousins is well guarded, he still gets it done. Excellent footwork, good hands and strength, and he stays focused when he's in the paint near the rim.
Well, Clark, some G League salaries on the rise due to two-way contracts.
Yeah, and I think some of it is a function, Kevin, of the league's prosperity and success as revenues continue to grow. But I don't think it's a handout. When these
One
guys
shot.
get called up to the NBA, they've got to continue to be ready to produce and contribute, because at the end of the day, it's about production if you're going to make your way into the NBA.
That free throw good from Cousins. Clark, when you were playing to complement your inside game, you had that wonderful mid-range jumper, but more and more, players are going away from it.
I think it's all driven by analytics, Kevin. I mean, everything is about the three-point shot, efficiency of your possessions, go for three when you can or get it to the rim. And that makes sense from a mathematical standpoint. From a game standpoint, though, if a quality shot is a mid-range shot for a good shooter, I think you should take them all the time. I mean, that would just be my posture. So I differ with the analytics. I understand what they say. But if I was coaching, guys get a good mid-range jumper from a quality shooter, we're shooting it every time.
And here are the Warriors now. Dirk Nowitzki unable to get his shot to go. Durant the pass to Cousins. Back to Durant, and Durant gets double-teamed. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two players.
So it's the Warriors now. Here is Cook. 5 on the clock. Jerebko, the pass to Thompson. Gets that one through the hole, make him now 7 of 13 in this game.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
And you know what, Greg? They are crushing it on both ends. I mean, in total control right now.
Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Golden State's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Cook kicks to Thompson. Passes it to Jerebko. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Thompson's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Dallas has gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the fourth. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Stolen away, and here's the fast break. Cook leading the way. Outside Durant, fires for 3. The Mavericks pull it in. Kleba's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Barnes. And just miss after miss right now. The Warriors shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Warriors.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And asserting themselves up front here, guys. They'll be taking the front end of a 4-game season series between these two. They've got to feel good about getting the upper hand tonight against the Mavericks.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kevin Durant.
A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open. This is not the team we've been watching for most of the night.
Well, hopefully they can ride this momentum into the next game, because this one is done. Over. Finet.
And Thompson gets it to go.
And that's a killer instinct on display as they try to put this one on ice.
And, you know, this is what's needed at this point in the game, Greg. The great teams know how to close it out.
Here's Brunson. Here's Kleba. Got a piece of it. Cousins finds Durant. Here's Cousins. Back to Thompson. So we see the Warriors taking the game here. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight says, I think, Greg, an awful lot about this team.
I guess they don't need home cooking to feel at home. I mean, Kevin, just a masterful performance all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks a lot. Steph, what was the key that had your offense going so well tonight?
obviously guys have to make shots, and when we're creating and moving our bodies and the ball's moving, we're not turning it over. We're tough to guard, and everybody had confidence tonight to go out there and make plays. So that's contagious, and we got to find that next game if we want to keep this going.
Obviously the way you guys want to play, Steph. Thank you. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you next time.